Hey guys, it's Joe Cannon from SupplementClarity.com, and in today's video I want to review an anti-wrinkle cream. It's called Plexus Joyome, and Plexus being a reference to Plexus Worldwide. This is a supplement company, and I believe this is their very first anti-wrinkle cream. I wanted to review this because it has a very interesting ingredient that I feel most people are not aware of, and I want to call their attention to it. Before we go any further, I want to throw out to you that there's actually two parts to Joyome. There's a Joyome Day Serum, which is what we're talking about here, and there's also a Joyome Overnight Cream as well. This review is going to be on the Day Serum only, and that's because it contains this very interesting ingredient that I want to talk about in a little bit more in depth here. So what are you going to learn in this quick video? Well, we're going to cover the main ingredients in the Joyome Day Serum. I'm going to show you some of the research on the key ingredients, and I also want to try to boil it down to what I feel are the real main ingredients. Again, I like doing that because again, I'm a nerd about this stuff, and I like knowing these things, but I also like to try to help you save a little bit of money if I can. So there are 54 ingredients in Joyome Day Serum. I know I added them up when I wrote my original review, and when I went to the Plexus website, they called attention to these 6 ingredients as the main ingredients, and they are in order as they're listed on their website: niacinamide, number 1, acetyl hexapeptide, 8, acetyl tetrapeptide, 5, hyaluronic acid, glycosphingolipids, and lastly, clover flower extract. So while they say these are the main ingredients, I want to cover some of the research on each of them and help you understand them better. So let's start out with niacinamide. What is that? It's niacin. There's 2 types of niacin out there. There's niacin and there's niacinamide. They're both basically called niacin. Niacinamide, it looks a little bit different, but it's essentially the same darn vitamin. It's also called vitamin B3. So niacin, niacinamide, vitamin B3, same darn thing for the most part. From a anti-wrinkle perspective and skin cream perspective, this kind of makes some sense. One of the studies I uncovered here was one from Procter & Gamble, where they basically gave a 5% niacinamide solution to 50 women and had them apply it to only half their face for 12 weeks. And they noticed that after 12 weeks, the side of the woman's face that they were applying the niacinamide to had improvements in wrinkle appearance, fine line improvements, and also less blotchiness, red blotchiness on the skin as well. So this does make some sense from a skin cream perspective, and it's probably found in other skin creams as well for this reason. Next up, we have acetyl hexapeptide 8. That is the scientific name for Argireline. That's how I pronounce it. Other people may pronounce it differently, but Argireline or Argireline, however you want to pronounce it. This is a cream that works like Botox. And if some of you got a little afraid when I said Botox, this is technically, yes, it is Botox, but it's not the same type of Botox that you might get injected from a dermatologist. One study actually compared Botox injections to Argireline and noted that this Botox cream, Argireline, was 4,000 times less potent than a Botox injection. But less potent or not, they work similarly. They both work by blocking the chemical that causes skin to contract. And so if we can block that chemical signal, the muscles in, say, the face will relax more, and this will even out wrinkles and fine lines. Again, this is how Botox works as well. Argireline, again, doesn't penetrate the skin as deeply as a Botox injection, and so it's an awful lot less potent. There have been some studies on Argireline, and human studies, and have noted significant improvements, between 30 and 49% improvements in wrinkles and fine lines after only 30 days of use. Some people online, when they put the stuff in their face, they'll notice improvements in even less time. Now, obviously, that's probably going to depend on the depth of the wrinkle, so fine lines will probably smooth out a lot faster than deep creases, but the improvements that I have seen online with Argireline serum have been very impressive looking. So it makes sense that it would be in an anti-wrinkle cream. And I've seen actually Argireline in other anti-wrinkle creams as well. So this makes logical sense to me. Acetyl tetrapeptide 5 is another ingredient in Joyome, and this is sometimes called iceryl peptide or iceryl. And basically what this is it's a humectant. Humectant is a fancy term for a compound that holds water. And so if you can hold, makes sense, if you hold the water in the skin, you're going to plump the skin up and also flatten out wrinkles and fine lines. So again, makes logical sense. I have a question mark next to clinical evidence because I didn't see a lot of human research on this product. But again, I understand why a humectant would be in a wrinkle cream. Speaking of humectants, here's another one. It's called hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid has been around for a very long time, and it finds its way into skin creams and wrinkle creams. And here I'm showing you one study that I uncovered that a hyaluronic acid cream improved after 2 months, not only hydration of the skin, but also skin elasticity as well. So again, this makes a lot of sense. If you've looked at the word hyaluronic acid and you said, "Ooh, maybe I think I've seen that word someplace before," you probably have, because hyaluronic acid sometimes finds its way into arthritis supplements. And the idea here is it might act as a cushion in osteoarthritis supplements. So that's why you've probably seen it before. It does show up in several arthritis supplements that I've reviewed in the past. Next up, we have a very big word, glycosphingolipids, and that's a fancy term for fatty acid molecules. And its other name, which some creams call it by, is ceramide or ceramides. And what these things do is they also act like humectants. They form a barrier on the skin that prevents water from leaving and evaporating. And again, just like with hyaluronic acid and others, if we can hold on to water more, we can make the skin more supple and perhaps maybe smooth out wrinkles and finer lines. Okay. Preliminary research has noted that ceramides might stimulate fibroblast production. That's a type of skin cell, and maybe also elastin production. Elastin is a very big protein in skin. It gives the skin elastic properties. Again, research is mostly on animals and test tubes at this point. But again, from a skin perspective, ceramide does make a lot of sense. Clover flower extract is also in Joyome, and so you know how my mind works. When I see extract, I always say to myself, what extract are we talking about? I don't know here. Like any kind of flower, clover is going to have a bunch of things in it. So I don't actually know what extract is in Joyome, but what I do know is that clover contains hormone-like products called isoflavones, and these things are like estrogen. And if this is what the extract you're talking about, that would make a lot of sense, because estrogen can have an effect on skin appearance. So if it is isoflavones, and I am correct, then that makes sense to me. There have been some preliminary evidence that red clover creams may protect the skin from inflammation caused by sun damage, and perhaps might even reduce skin changes as we get older as well. Again, that research is mostly on laboratory animals at this point, but again, it's out there. So there's a lot of ingredients in Joyome, and even though Plexus has said that there's like 6 key ingredients, I looked at the research on all these and I came to my own conclusions. What do I think are the main ingredients? And I think these 4 are the key ingredients, and I'm listing them in order that I think they're most important. You've got Argireline number 1, followed by hyaluronic acid, and number 3, ceramide, and rounding out the 4, or excuse me, niacinamide number 3, and rounding out the 4 is ceramide. I think these are the main ingredients, and of them, I think Argireline is the main ingredient in Joyome. So, conclusions here. I think Plexus Joyome Day Serum is probably going to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles in both men and women, even though I think a lot of women will be taking this. I do want to throw out that men can use this as well. And the reason I think it probably is going to work is because it contains the Argireline peptide, which, as I showed you earlier, human research has shown a significant reduction in wrinkle appearance and fine line appearance in less than a month of use. So that's why why I think this product is probably going to work. It is also worth noting that if you're looking to save money, you can also buy just the Argireline peptide. I'll put a link in the description where you can grab that product yourself and also look at all the comments of people who've tried it as well. So if this video has helped you, help me out a little bit and share this with other people so they know what I just told you. And if you want to see the entire review of Plexus Joyome, I'll put a link in the description where you can read the whole thing, which goes in a lot more depth. So that's all I got for you right now. I'm Joe Cannon, and have yourself a great day. Take care.